And I believe that we're live on the twitch.tv/Xisuma, where all these people are throwing bananas into my chat. Floyne, Maurice, Estelian, Lucaros, Soundwave Hope, Spangleboo, Hedgehog, Forgill, Becca. So many familiar names. I was going to say familiar faces, and then I was like, I don't know any of your faces. None of y'all know mine. That's the way we keep it real around here. Okay. Okay, so we were playing the Create mod. yeah, we were playing the Create mod. I just kind of had a thought. Although this thing is optimal, like, if I put tons of coal in here, it's going to just, over time, sap all of it away. That just kind of crossed my mind. So, we kind of raced at the end of the last one to get this room in place. This is our room for processing materials manually for the time being. And we didn't get all of it up and running. But look at that, we've got loads of brass. One of the things I need to make today is a compacting drawer. And if you watched the last stream, it's over there on the second channel to be enjoyed. You'll know that we're working on a project. And all the parts of it are over here. So once we get through a couple of things, we'll be ready to jump into it. Now the place to put this, you'd think would be up the top, right? But I'm basically going to keep all of that as is. So now, you know, if I want to extend this, I come around the back here. I'm kind of curious if I can also put things like attach it in front of that and it will accept it. But I'm not going to do any experiments. If I put it here and then we put the brass ingot in, yeah. I also want to lock that. So yeah, that's a little something, isn't it? Oh, we're also going to get a backpack added for future updates. It'll be a small backpack with 18 slots, so it'll work as a place to like shimmy tools in and out of your inventory, which I think is cool. Didn't want to go for something mega. I'm trying to balance some stuff with vanilla to some extent. I mean, yes, we got this, but this is just about making storage a bit of a no-brainer. Or at least feel like a no-brainer. It's create o'clock, says Simo Monkey. It is indeed. I like that. Create o'clock. Time to create. So wasn't it just... yeah, invert. I didn't actually need anything else. And then what block did we put above? Oh no, it's like that. Okay. Which makes more sense, because the other way wouldn't have worked at all. So now it's off, it's telling it, hey, we can accept coal. So we need to go on a little adventure. I thought it would be cool to have a chat and go collect some coal. We also need a few building blocks over here. We do, however, I do like my neatness in a room, don't I? Let's go grab a few things. I think we need some casing. And then we're going to need some of those building blocks, like I said. Some of these. Some of those pillars. Very good. Backpack should be vanilla. Kets be real. Mojang refuses to solve the inventory crisis, says Frizzon. I think their attitude is... just based on the way they talk about it, I can't help but feel like one of the things Mojang tries to do is not do the obvious and not do the thing that someone's already made a mod for. So when it comes to solving the whole inventory thing, I think their philosophy is more about finding a solution that someone else hasn't done with a mod. So things like backpacks and whatnot have obviously kind of been, you know, done to death, if you like. I think I can do that. Give this a little rotation. We're listening to Frank Klepacki today. I felt like it had been a while since we'd listened to old Frank, so chuck in some classic CNC back on. Okay, there we go. So we'll be... oh, actually, I'm not sure if it will let us turn it from the middle. Not sure if that's actually a thing. Anyway, we made a big mistake over here, as you can see, at the end of the stream. I kind of, like, tried to rush to do this, and it all went wrong. Posy! Glad to have you here. Thanks for the nice words on the room. I actually, I don't think highly of the room that we built here, but it's more about a execution. It's like, hey, I want to go straight into doing this. Let's throw together some blocks using our intuition and see what happens. And on that level, yeah, it definitely turned out good. But I'm kind of like not entirely sold on it. I think it lacks a bit of shape and depth, which is probably kind of obvious. We got noises in the ear. Cosmovolley here with a raid. Thank you so much for the raid, dude. Welcome all the peeps over from Cosmovolley. We also got Bohob the Warrior here for 11 months. Shh, don't tell anyone. Okay, I'll read this one to myself. Okay, I'll keep that one. If we ever get there, I'll keep that one to myself. Appreciate it. Enino, 510. Thank you for 5 months of support, dude. That's awesome. That is awesome. We don't need the extra one. And I think we can just vein mine this out of here. You're making a mess of the rails. So the one we were supposed to do was the one down at this level. So we get back to building that cobblestone box around it, I guess. What do you call a robot who studies plants? A robotanist. That's a good one, I like that. Shade E is here subscribing. Thank you, Shade E. Appreciate it. That's not right, is it? No, it's all wrong. Now, did we put 5 or 4 over here? That's a good question. 4. We definitely put 4 in, okay. This is how we'll determine where stuff goes. Ooh. Cool, we also want a staircase to get up there. This might be it. Okay, so if we put these buckets of water in now, they should do the trick. We got Toguro Joe here for 31 months. Thank you, my dude. You got your first vaccine shot today. That is awesome, dude. You have reminded me of some cool news. I have booked my appointments. I am now able to get a vaccine. And so I very swiftly signed up the second that I learned. No hesitations. Going straight for that thing. When I get to the clinic, I'm going to be like, I want Bill to chip me personally. Where's Bill? Put that microchip in my arm. I'm getting chipped. That's the way, isn't it? That's the way. But no rotation. Oh, I see why. Yay! And it pulls them out the correct way. That's brilliant. What's funny about this is it actually doesn't need to go all the way across. Because it's going to go to one belt or the other. Now what powers that? I was going to say we want it to power the one above, but I don't think we do. I think this is where we might want one of those brass things again. You mean Bill Murray, says Surprise T. Speaking of Bill Murray, I was watching a show he's not in earlier. Hope your 5G connection is good, says Ender Dan. I sure hope so. Need to get on the grid, right? Right. Yeah, what I was referring to... That thing is what I want. I've been watching Babylon 5, right? And one of the things about watching old 90s shows, especially like watching anything that's older, an old movie, is that you see actors that you've then learned about. Like, as time goes by, you learn more and more names, recognize more and more faces. You know, that might be like, duh. you know. But I just find it fascinating that, I don't know, you accumulate entirely useless knowledge like that. Anyway, so I was watching this movie called Papillion or whatever it was. That was a while back while I was having a zonk out. In fact, I watched that, and then the following day I watched the remake of it. Anyway, in Papillion, and I only noticed it because of the X-ray feature, is Bill Mummy, who plays Lanier in Babylon 5. It's like, oh, you see, you learn all the more you watch, you learn all these things. Jeez, pretty obvious. And then in Babylon 5, it's really hard to multitask. Can I just say that? Sorry, not in Babylon 5. When I watched Deep Space Nine, saw the guy who plays, what's his name? Bob? No, not Bob Odenkirk. Is it? Who plays? I can't remember the name of the character now. In Breaking Bad, Mike. Who plays Mike in Breaking Bad? Because I can't remember if Bob Odenkirk is him or the lawyer. Better Call Saul. Oh, I've taken all the redstone, have I? I think Bob Odenkirk is Better Call Saul. It's not Bob. Saul is Bob. Okay. So who played Mike? Jonathan Banks. If it is, I really would have thought you'd have said another name that I would have recognised immediately. I didn't think it was that. Anyway, he plays a very small part in Deep Space Nine, and I'm sure when I watched Deep Space Nine, there were one or two other names and faces that was like, oh, I've seen you in this. And then I'm watching Babylon 5, and who shows up but Walter White himself? You know, Bryan Cranston is in Babylon 5. Has a very small, at the moment, small role. He looks like one of those characters that's just going to be like over by the end of the episode, but it's just funny to see, like, you know, the big well-known names now, and then you just sort of see them when they were in air quotes nobody or whatever. And to be fair, of all the extras they bring on, he did seem like a fair grade better with the few lines that he had. Oh, apparently I already have one of the things I'm making in the storage. Well, that's just typical of me, right, isn't it? That is just typical. Anyway, a lot of this is just about hanging out, right? And having fun and taking it easy. Not trying to, you know, have the most efficient play forever. Otherwise, I'll die of frustration if I try and be efficient. Jeez. So apparently we've already got one of these rotation speed controllers. Dang. And I feel like that's the thing to use here, because I want to have like a lot of water wheels for this one. Let's see, can I do that? No, it doesn't let me. What am I to do? Nope. Just gonna have to type it in even though it's there. Yeah, 6. We'll start off with 6. Because we want those. Oh, that reminds me, we've got to make more crushing wheels. We want the. Yeah, we better make that then. So we don't have more crushing wheels, but we do have the mechanical crafters to make them. Because I'm pretty sure these things are dead expensive. They're not that bad. So stone, wood, and lots of andesite. Get that stone. Ooh, only a little bit of that. And let's get some planks. Here we go. Hex, are you going to add some item collectors to the pack? No plans to add. Pretty much not really planning on adding anything at the moment, unless something becomes like really obvious that it's like, oh hey, we need to add this thing. Remember, not everything is about like convenience. Certainly, part of the philosophy here was to make the vanilla grind less of a thing. That's coming from the mindset of someone who's played on Hermitcraft for the last many years in a row, right? Like, always playing vanilla. When I come and do something different, I kind of just want to get away from that typical vanilla stuff that I've done again and again. Okay, now all of the points connect, and possibly not in the most efficient of ways. Might be a little better if we were to bring it all to the center up here. Oh no, I think they want to go to one output. All right, we'll do it like that. Okay, so then we've got to put in all the pieces. And we've got to do that twice over. I'm wondering if we need a room for this thing already. Loev asks for a quick base tour. Well, there's not too much to show off really. Kind of like everything is on display. You got the stone generating room down here. It's all currently turned off. We've got thousands of blocks generated for peeps to come and take and build their bases with. Then over here we have the skeleton farm where they just fall down there, get pushed by fans and burnt as well. All of those drops come over here. In this spot we have a really cool thing where you put in ores, they get flung up to the crusher, which reminds me we're going to need another one of these contraptions. Oh, we've actually got a backup. Wow, okay. Now it kind of looks like this thing here stopped. I wonder if this is a loading unloading thing, because that can take... Wait, there's a crafting bench here. Why is there a crafting bench in the base? Oh, wait, someone's goofed this up. Ah. It looks like... Why would it be overstressed? I remember that there was a creeper explosion in the base at one point. How did we power this? Oh no, it's the water wheel up there, so... That was working. Now it'll be working at a slower speed. Actually, it kind of looks like... No, it kind of looks like it's at normal speed, so... I don't know what happened there. Also, we have cobblestone that gets generated and nothing happens to, but I'm kind of fine with that. Well, there you go, back in action. We got the smeltery room over here for smelting up items, and then we got this room. You'll kind of see it all as we go around. That's the sort of the most of it, really. You're watching the stream in VR and it looks great, says Cute Pyro. That is mad. Oh, you get 2 for each recipe. Let's, while we got it here and set up and I got all the materials, just going to make 2 more. Because we got that. Nice. Hey chat, remember to stay hydrated, says Ember Gauntlet. Well, I appreciate that reminder. I need to stay hydrated as well. So yeah, we'll have something fling it up to the top from around here. Then it'll all fall down onto there. And then the thing is, how do we power it from this point? Or get it all, you know, together? Feel like we're going to need a row of gearboxes. I only got 1 gearbox left, dang. So we're going to power it from down below, and then somewhere here we're going to have this. This is another thing I've got to think about. I think I know where that's going to go. Let's get a big old cog, which I thought I had. Thought I had one of those. We got Sorrow the Soul here for 17 months, and we got a raid from Il Mango. Welcome to all the raiders. Thank you for the raid, Mango. Appreciate it. Saw you were playing Peaceful. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good one. Over here, we're playing modded Minecraft with the Create mods, which is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We need to make a large cog. There it is. We're missing out on some buttons. There it goes. Chuck those in there. And make a few of them. Okay. We're going to run out of everything here. So, welcome all the raiders. We are on day 11 of our Create Together playthrough. This is an SMP with some of my patrons and Twitch subscribers. And we've got a cool little world going here. I play underground away from everyone else. I think most of them are playing communally together in a little spawn village. We've got a whole bunch of cool projects done. Right, so I think what we want is that there and this directly below it. Whoopsie. Whoopsie again. Huh, I feel like I'm clicking on the hitbox underneath it. There you go. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Or is it? No, it's not. No, it is. It's going to make that bit up there faster. It's just now that this looks kind of unsymmetrical. So, we can probably, therefore, change that up a little bit. I forgot to get some gearboxes. Get a large one of these. Yeah, okay. Just need to... I can do that, and then... See that one? There we go, there we go. That's what we want. Then this can share a shaft sort of here and there. With some gearboxes. And then gearboxes on the side will bring them to those shafts. So then we can just have one big bunch of wheels over here. And we might need to get another power source in for the other little flingy thing. So we need a flingy thing. Jeez, can't remember the name of that. And then we need a bunch of gearboxes. Okay, chuck those up there. That'll help. Nope. Okay, got a bunch of those. Is that it? Weighted ejector. That sounds like the one. Gonna need a hibbity-hoobity hopper again. Right, and do we have any ores in here? We don't. Just thinking it'd be cool to show all the peeps coming over what this mod is about. You can kind of see a little bit of it here because we've got a really cool processing factory that automatically moves stuff. If you can hear a drill in the background, I apologise. There's a loud drill outside somewhere. So yeah, this weighted ejector, we're gonna probably put it here and here, like. Oh, I didn't want to do that. But that needs to be powered by a cog, and I think it's from below. So this thing will probably need to also go downwards, which I think it's currently configured to do, as that thing operates like on 3 sides. Alright, gearboxes. That's connected to that. Aha, those are connected, this one isn't. Dang, that drill's loud. Might be helpful to use the destruction gadget here. Loev says, everyone always apologises for the noise in the background, but it's barely noticeable. Well, yeah, it's one of those things. It may or may not get picked up by the microphone. The way mine's set up, I hope it wouldn't, but you never know. Whoa. So I think... Oh, it's removed some from the side as well. Dang, the whole thing's way bigger than I thought. Here we go. Now that we've got some ore, we can potentially show the thing in action, right? So for all the peeps who haven't seen this mod before and want an example of what's cool about it, the ore in there, flings it over here, it'll get crushed in those wheels, drop down here, gets sent across where it gets washed, okay, gets turned into loads of little nuggets. Dang, they're in stacks of 64, interesting. They're kind of like grouped up. Perhaps there's something that happens as because it was backed up a moment ago. Maybe the belt kind of shuffles the items forward into stacks. But yeah, then they get turned into ingots here, and then the arm takes it and puts it into this chest. Okay, so we just want to come down here and... Oh. How is that thing powered again? I was just in the room with it. We could have seen. So it's a gearbox in the side of it, right. So it's got a side that accepts one of those. That to me kind of, I think there might be a better place to put this, and it's just one block further forward then. Okay, where is it? There it is. So... Not like that. Wait, that's the target, right? What am I doing next? I just want to place the block. Yeah, okay. I think it's got it. So it's a little closer. Which may not be quite as pretty, but... Oh yeah, the hopper's down here. You know, it'll get the job done. So it can share the same thing as the belt. That's good. So we can just come over here. Those things get chucked up there, crushed, and moved across the storage. So now we kind of want to put in the thing for the water wheel over here. Get rid of all of that. There you go. Somewhere in here we're going to build it. How many of these we've got? 6. So we'll have a shaft. Put the cobble around it. And this area here is just unfortunately very ugly. And it looks to me like it's this side here that needs the place in. Kind of overdone it on the size here because now I need to fill it all back in basically. Bit of a derp. X needs to get into the habit of using belts to transfer power. He wastes so many gearboxes, says Pig Puncher. Well, I guess I'm not seeing where they go. I do understand we can use them that way. It's just not obvious to me where. I guess I could leave this side here open a little bit as well. Let's see what's going on. Huh. I need a way through. Okay, let's go ahead, disconnect that. Okay, do that. And then down the end here we've got room for one more. And now should be able to hop over there. Okay, there we go. So we'll put in all of these water buckets, which I don't even have. And we've got a noise in the ear. It's Snowy Fall here with a donation saying hello, and I hope you're having a good stream. Just dropping by to say hi to my favourite content creator. Keep up the awesome work. Well, thank you, my dude. Appreciate that. I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing good as well, and thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it. Pig Puncher says, well, for example, the bit you just built could put belts between the bottom bar and the top instead of creating the corners like you've done. Yeah, I could have, couldn't I? But then that means that would need to be rotated the other way. So then, like that is probably, unless that's what you meant, that is probably where we could have a belt. Thing is though, I'm not sure I've got another belt. Now I've got to go all the way back and get a belt as well. Okay. 2 of them there. 2 of them here. And we need another 2. Kelp farms are so easy, says Mrs. Squid. I know, and I haven't even set one up proper yet. Okay, a couple of these things can probably go back into storage now. Not sure that we ever locked that drawer. 1080p crisp create mod vibing, says Ergosphere Horizon. Oh yeah, the stream's now 1080p. I used to stream at 720 for a long time. I forget what the settings are and all that stuff. It's like you start streaming, you go through the phase of optimizing it, and then a bunch of years fly by. And you're like, I don't even remember. Right, so that should handle a lot of stress. One thing, I think it actually flows back around in both directions, which is good. So that to there transfers it upwards. Okay, it doesn't go the way I wanted it to, but it doesn't really matter. Crushing wheels are going the right direction, that's good. Dang, that can handle some stress. But not quite that much. Whew. Right, we'll be able to crush some stuff on there. We're going to go hunting for some ores and for some coal. That's awesome. That is the room done on one side at least. What is not done is the transferring of items out of here. Which might need to go kind of lower. And maybe I can use this to transfer some that way as well. So if it's all one block lower, I failed to realise that the next thing I needed was belts. Dude, I'm going to do that. Do that. It's not quite what I wanted. Maybe that way around. And we've got another noise in the ear, which I'll be reading in just a second. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, and then at some point, we're going to reach a bit that needs elevation. It's going to be quite a bit of work to get it to come all the way over here. I think I'll line it up from this spot. Okay, we got MPA Dutch here with a donation as well, saying, hey, X, for rotating the crate mods, if you get a gearbox and look at the faces, there are 4 axles coming out and 2 blank faces. If you want to rotate the gearbox, you click on the face of an axle where you want the block to revolve around. Yes. Yes, I've noticed that they don't rotate on the other side. I've been struggling to get used to it. I'm sure I'll crack it at some point and it will make sense. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate that support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. So obviously we need some torches and we need some belts, I think. And I need to drop some stuff off in the inventory as well. Torches and belts being the main thing. And now it's time for some rocking metal guitars. Bang thy heads, raise thy horns. Okay, we're going to raise hell here in Minecraft. I don't know how we'll do it, but, you know, got to have a little bit of hype. Little bit of hype. Ooh, I might be able to use cogwheels and gearboxes to sort of extend the duration of the shaft. Interesting. My brain is giving me more ideas the more I get used to all this stuff. We'll also need a funnel when we get to the end. It's amazing, like, how long it takes to do all this stuff. I've said it so many times, though, right? It's all practice and patience. We just smelted some of that stuff. So this will go here, and it'll be in. So that means our first thing is there, right? And it needs to come out of this level and then line up with this. So here, okay, and then there. No, that's it. Now this is where I had an idea in my head for how I would get the thing to go around the corner, but it might not quite work that way. Yeah, I guess actually what I was thinking of didn't really make all that much sense. Also, we're probably... Oh, I've put the gearbox away. We're probably going to lose the direction at various points. So this is all one big learning curve again. We got a right escape here of a noise in the ear. 16 months of support there, saying I hope you're doing awesome, X. I'm doing good, thanks. Actually, I say I'm doing good. I'm doing good now because I'm streaming, but man, like... talk about lockdown fatigue. It's hit me again the last few days. I want nothing more than to zonk out and eat a curry and watch a movie and just forget about everything, but I hate the idea of just doing that too often. So like once a week, but I think next week I'm gonna have like a, especially getting my jab next week. I wanna like pat myself on the back. Oh, well done for letting them put that needle in your arm. I'll probably have like a midday day off or whatever you want to call it. Right, so when we get to this bit, hang on, I'm struggling to see. So there, then here. This is where it all of a sudden became quite simple that you can do that. However, it's going to reverse the direction, so maybe not. And then that lines up with that. So let's go power it all up and then figure it out one step at a time. Maybe learn a few new things here. Because that looks like a pretty clever way to do it. Actually, I tell you what might work, just putting belts on the side. See, experimentation leads to... Let me say something really smart and fancy. Experimentation leads to knowledge. Ah! X, you're so wise. Tell us your ways, master. Oh, we're going to have to extend that out an extra bit. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, and I guess I let go of that, didn't I? No particles? I think we're still attached to this one and then we run out at a certain point. Yeah, no? Seems to want to go about as far as there. So, like I said before, if we do that, I think that will keep this rotation the same way. Oh, that was all supposed to be over to the side by one. Great, undo. Undo everything. Oh man, not paying enough attention, am I? Except we can keep that there, funny enough. And then this just becomes that little bit. Live and learn, peeps. Live and learn. We got Klutzy Soul 9 here for 9 months. Hello from Wichita, Texas. Here's wishing you a happy stream. Thank you so much. Appreciate you 9 months. Wichita, Texas, eh? That's one of those names you hear and you remember. I've heard Wichita, Texas before. Maybe not as with Texas. I've definitely heard of Wichita. If you'd asked me a minute ago, maybe you'd not been able to tell you which state it was from. Okay. Right, so we've got to copy this over, even though we know it might not work. It's all about experimenting. So that will go there. Gearbox will go here. Okay, need some torches in this spot. There it goes. Right, and now what you're looking at, as long as that works, which I think it does, by the way, what you're looking at is potentially a ride home. Let's get rid of this little spiky bit. Seven Nation Army, the line I'm going to Wichita is probably where a lot of people have heard it. Not me, I've not even heard of Seven Nation Army before. Oh dang, I forgot a little bit here, didn't I? And it requires... Actually, it might not require an extra belt. Because if I was going to put it off to the side, but if we just do that... No, it does... Huh. I do require an extra belt. If I'd have left it over on this side, then that would have meant I had to move these though, so... No, wait, there is a way to do this. There is a way. Okay, this is the way. Oh, no, I need a... Okay, there was almost a way. I need a gap there. Or do I? I'm not sure now. I think I've managed to confuse myself. Yes, that. Right, but if you look here, it goes in the wrong direction. And we don't really want to be changing this system up. So that's not the way to do it there. So I kind of need, like, one gearbox, the effect of one gearbox. No, or two cogs. Oh, I didn't think about the cogs. So the cogs could do that. Yes. So that one goes that way, and then... Just can't quite see it to click on it. There it is. Nice! So all of that goes in the correct direction. This doesn't work. And then that changes direction. So we know kind of what to do here. We need an extra belt. But this bit... Just wondering if there's a better way to do this. Because I can't use a belt to transfer. Because... if I use a belt, we still need to... But when we turn the corner, we add one of these. And we got 3. We need 2. But if I go belt to belt, then we got 1. So how does that happen with just 2? I guess what you would do is put a gearbox here. And then a belt on the end. But actually, I think a gearbox there means you got 4. Yeah, now we got 4, so it goes in the correct direction. So you can think of, like, transferring it with odd and even. So odd will give you an inverse, and even will give you the same momentum. So that being said, sorry, no, that can't be quite right, because over here we had a cog. I think... What's going on there then? When we have 2 cogs, we would describe that as 2 and it flips the direction. It's the relation of one to the next. That's 1. So maybe it is an odd number that we need? No. Let's break this down a little bit. I'm trying to understand this a little more intuitively. Because there's like a reverse here and it's 2 reverses. Ah, I get it. So these are different things. That's what I'm not thinking. The gears behave as 1, right? Like the interaction of the 2 behave as 1 to create these spinning in the different direction. This is 1 block creating 2 outputs in the different direction. So we need 2 gearboxes in order to get them going in the same way. If we use the cogs, because then it's like 1, 2, and then the third one. I keep trying to use numbers to describe it, and I think that's actually not helpful. So I'll probably ditch that idea for now. But it does seem to be belts is kind of like the way to go. Oh, we had a bunch in here already. Occult Cowboy, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it. 1 gearbox equals 2 cogs, says Arglon. Yes, it would, wouldn't it, actually? So playing the numbers game, 1 cog will keep it the same. 3 cogs will keep it the same. So would 5. So a cog is 1, and what we need is an odd number to keep it going the same way. Because 1 would be, it's spinning in the same direction. So 3 cogs in a row, the 3rd cog spins in the same direction. A cog and a gearbox, it's spinning in the right direction. But what's a little bit confusing about this is that the cog's sort of not actually doing anything. So when you add the next one, now it's flipped. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's another thing about cogs, is that they come in pairs. And so then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. No. Because I think the opposite sides act the same. Actually, now it's like they don't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this whole number thing is confusing me. So let's ditch the number analogy because it doesn't seem to quite translate the way I'd like it to. And yeah, and again, like, so 2 cogs here, and it's going the right direction. 2 cogs up here, and it's not. So there's definitely something different going on that I'm not able to, like, you know, chalk into something easy to understand there. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to break down some of this stuff into, like, some just simple rules to remember, but going by experience, like, obviously this is useful. Anyway, I think everything here is good. Because all the items are going to end up on belts all the way through. One thing we haven't done is, like, done much, like, industrial decorating around the back here. We could possibly open up this area more and make it, like, a little more interesting to look at. Because we tend to hide stuff out of sight. That's just part of the game, really, isn't it? Okay, now that we got that going, anything from that room will head into the storage area. Oh, I did this, by the way. First gearbox acts as 2, the second acts as 1, says Gary the Block. Yeah, it's, I don't know, I couldn't quite get my head around it, but that's fine. This thing over here needs one of those. And how did we add reference item? Oh yes, you put like a plate in, which I don't have to hand. And we might need the press for something else, by the way. Do I not see it on the list? We got Duckmaster 0 here for 7 months. Thank you, Duckmaster. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream, my dude. So that's obviously not... I don't know what kind of reference we would put in the one on this side. I think we'll just cross that when we come to it. Like, when we need to come over here and do something different, we'll have to remember and then set up the filter. Okay, so everything is set up, essentially. Now we need to go get some coal and iron. Kind of want to do a little building here as well. Also, this right here is a little walkway that I use, and I think we need to keep it. So we need a door of some sort there. X, is this your first time with Create, says Lude? We played in creative mode, which didn't... You know, it sort of introduced me, but you really got to do stuff hands-on. What kind of door? What's going to best fit in there? I think that one, maybe. Alright, let's try... let's see if we've got some Ejector wood. Yeah, so we've played this like hands-on now for a little bit. So it's sort of like my second time goofing around with this mod, I guess. And I guess I actually kind of want one opposite over here, because then we've got a little like walk around area back there, which by the way has a hole in it that I jump over. Okay, let's put all of these things away. Some of these things are tools. Some of them are decorative blocks. There we go, looking much cleaner now, aren't we? Right. So for the hallway, we want our Gabbro stuff, which we are definitely running a little bit short on. Let's go get some more. Dialed Gax has finally caught the derp live after catching up with the previous videos. Cool, glad to have you with us live, my dude. Hope you... That's the wrong one, isn't it? Hope you enjoy what we're up to here. Where's Megabro at? That looks like it. Salvage Fool says, what is up, X? Just working on the base. Tidying it up. Then we're going to move on to the tree farm next. MPA Dutch is here with a donation, saying, hey X, is there a way I can help you to explain the cog mechanics? Through text isn't the right medium, I think. Probably not, my dude. I appreciate the offer and the donation. I learn always by doing. Okay, and if I learn by someone explaining to me, that's usually not going to help. However, doing it over text is particularly bad, so sadly, I'm just going to have to do it my own way. That tends to be how I learn. Just got to. That's why I was talking you through my whole thought process while I was doing it. Was like, can I figure out a set of rules that make sense? And I couldn't. I mean, I thought we got close there for a moment, but no. Ah, look, we've got something up here that needs taken care of as well. Ah, this will catch me out this bit, I think. Because I actually want it a little bit smaller than that. Yeah, there it is. Right, we also got to find some diamonds when we go mining, so we might do a little bit of the old prediction game again, right? Have a little fun with that. Fell down a hole. Fell down a hole. Okay, that joke's gotten old. It should probably be retired by now. Oh yeah, we could do the floor as well. Also, someone needs to come and get rid of this bee. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this bee. Apparently I'm supposed to ride the boat. But I got like a... I was going to say a neighbour, not a neighbour, like a resident. I've got a resident bee. I don't know what to do with it. Right, yeah, so randomisation of blocks again. Get all these things in place. Oh, I like the idea of actually leaving it over by one for the red pillar to show. That's kind of cool. Come on! Needs a little bit more reach. This also needs to go on the opposite side, I've just remembered. And then we might have a room there, so I'll probably just leave a free wide space in case we make another room. And then we randomise up all of the blocks. All of the blocks get randomised. Here we go. Resident Be Evil. That's a good one. Resident Be Evil, I like it. Gets a bit narrow here, doesn't it? Just a little bit narrow. But hey, I'm not trying to make a work of art. That is for sure. And then this is actually kind of the end of the tunnel for now, I guess. Wait, there wouldn't be a block there. I'll leave those ladders with the stone blocks behind. Oh, one thing we have done elsewhere, though, is have, like, a bit more of that going on. Cool, there we go. We need a beam across here. That's certainly cool. The opening up idea is kind of nice. I'm going to put a couple of light sources at this level. And then we're going to have loads of oak. There's oak, stripped oak. Minera says, don't worry, X, most of the stuff you do ends up being a work of art. Except when it doesn't. Except when it doesn't. Oh, jeez. Mr. Cuddlefish, thank you for the Prime subscription, my dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream, having a good time. It's getting hot in this room, I don't know why. I don't know why it's so hot all of a sudden. It's been cold all day. I predict that by the end of the series, X's base will be huge, elaborate, beautiful, and technical, and there'll still be a single ladder on a stone entrance, says the Thinky. You are 100% right. About the ladder, I don't know about the rest of it, jeez. Don't know about all that. Me. Technical, what? Okay. So we've got some of that. The roof was made with the layered stuff, wasn't it? The layered gabbro, I think it was. Which we need more of. Yay! More blocks. And then we need those, forgot what they were called again. These things. Yes, let's search for, hey, let's go back, search for those. Braziers. Brazier. Don't know which way to say it. Right. X, why no clippage, says Skeleton. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by why no clippage. Hey, was watching your last stream, then realised you were live. The global warming conversation made me wonder what is your stance on electric cars? Production gone through the roof here in the US. Says XRS Built. I used to be more of the opinion that that's like, sort of not the real answer to the problem, right? But I don't think... What you can't do is you can't really ask people to, hey, put down all this quality of life stuff that we have and... You know, stop driving your car around and you know, doing all these things of convenience that our activity gives us. Our activity obviously being baked into emitting greenhouse gases at the same time. Pretty unreasonable. Like, in my mind, like almost a certainty that you're not going to have like some big cultural revolution of, yeah, let's stop burning fossil fuels, because they're so heavily baked into so many conveniences, and not just conveniences, but like, you know, standard of life, the quality of living that we have because of technology and the advance that we have been marching on. So, because of that, I then think, well, you know, we kind of have to go in the direction that we're already going in, but being able to factor in things that are important, like we did with the ozone layer, right? You know, changing some of the chemicals that we use and putting deodorants and whatnot in order to protect something that we then deemed to be, you know, necessary of protecting, which we now do with the environment. So electrifying things is a way to create energy from a clean source because it's electrified, and then, you know, it's a way to transition to not directly burning fossil fuels. So cars to me have always been a bit of like a very ugly, inefficient system of like personal utility. It's all about where can I go. So, you know, like I always walk, like whenever I'm walking down the street, I'm always just looking at all these parked cars and just thinking, this is so unbelievably inefficient. But efficiency is something that comes in many different shapes, forms, perspectives. So in other ways, it's kind of like, well, the car's efficient because you can just pop in yours, drive off to where you want to go, and then come back again. So there's different ways of like weighing it up and looking at it. I think though that the idea is that, look, this is the way we're doing things, and like trying to sell people on some big radical shift as if we're all just gonna all of a sudden decide to stop driving everywhere. It just seems completely unrealistic. Yeah, look at this. This is actually going to drain the power over time. So even though it's not going... Like, this thing's going to run out. And then it's going to use the coal again. So I think what I'm going to do is add a coal chest in the middle. Like, right around here, we'll put in a dark oak chest. And that'll be like a coal chest. X, take into account that producing an electric car still produces more CO2 than a normal car. I don't know if it produces more. I know that the numbers are alarming. It's like, it's still going to admit. Like, if you had a regular petrol car and then you just chucked it away for an electric one, yeah, not a good conversion. You'd probably be better using it until it can't drive no more. But we do have to make that transition eventually. Along with transitioning from, you know, petrol to electric cars, we have to find ways of producing materials that become CO2 neutral as well. MPA Dutch is here for the nation saying, I think I understand how you learn. It's the same way I do. I really think that I could help you learn it in your way. I appreciate that, dude. It may not be quite as it sounds. Like, my mind, you know, learning is like your mind attaching onto things. If we both have like a learning difficulty, like the whole point is that I tend to learn. I can't learn from other people trying to directly tell me. I always have to do something very hands-on. I always have to like go through it with my own thought process. So if you do that the same, it doesn't therefore mean we've got the same thought process. It's just, I mean, you could be right. I'm not saying you're not. It just seems that way to me. That's like over and over again. It's always, if I'm going to learn something, I've really got to like get in there and figure it out. And if I try and do the whole study thing, you know, even learning mods, like try and watch other people play it, it's just like my brain just doesn't understand until I'm doing something myself. Surprise T says, people don't drive because they want to, but because they have to. Cities aren't made for pedestrians in mind. That's the problem. I agree and disagree. There is definitely factors that push you economically into driving, right? But you still always have the option. Like, people will say that in where I live, but in where I live, like, there are plenty of ways to get around that, like, you know, cycling and whatnot. Not that every place is fit for cycling. I just, you know, you can also walk places. I walk across town rather than driving. It's a 30-minute walk and back again. Most people don't want to make that choice, right? Whereas it's actually a choice you have. You can take 30 minutes to walk somewhere and 30 back, right? Even more than that sometimes, you know? Anyway. Right, gotta get my head back in the game. So, we're gonna go caving for a little bit to get some more materials. So the main thing is coal. And when I say a little bit, I mean probably not very long at all. So we'll grab some torches. We just want a few more diamonds and some coal is the main thing. So torches, which I put away a minute ago. Oh, yeah, okay, bit of lag. And then some picks. At some point, that skelly area is going to get all backed up, isn't it? All those bones. Sham OT Light says, Texas here, walking is not an option, but we also have pretty good public transport in the city areas. Yeah, I mean, it might not be. My only experience of being in America and walking an option or not, everything was blatantly catered for driving. However, I remember, this is when I was very young, I remember, like, I think I might have just been feeling a bit under the weather or something, but I decided to go for a walk, and it was thunderstorming, and this is when, what happened? Just trying to remember. Oh, wow. Big old patch of that. So it was thunderstorming, and, like, the thunder went around the sky. I literally did a 360 on the ground, following it, and watching it go all the way around the sky. It was, like, really incredible. I remember that moment very vividly. As you might suspect you would. But I was also, like, walking around on foot. Across the boulevards, and yeah, it's a bit like, I don't know, risky because it's all built for cars, and like the crossing system feels not as safe as maybe over here in the UK. But I could still make that decision, and I could have perhaps walked from the boulevard all the way up to where we were staying, but I would have been walking alongside the side of a road. So I don't know, like, again, like, I get that people like can say, hey, you know, you can't walk because of this, but just from like what I experience, often a lot of the time it's like more laziness than it is like physically not being able to walk. It's always easy to take the path of less resistance. You know, like the weather's a good example. Like the weather's often going to give you an excuse not to go for a walk, right? So for me, it's like I do a walk across town to get to my parents and back that most people I know don't bother doing things like that when they would be, you know, capable of walking a fair distance to get somewhere and back. Woohoo, more diamonds! We should probably think about an XP farm soon as well, so we can just have, you know, have some better enchantments. Oh yeah, that means like a leather farm, and that's one of the things. I haven't got like the basic vanilla infrastructure set up very well. I'll probably build a leather farm before long. Lord Cryptid is here subscribing. Thank you, Lord Cryptid. Appreciate it, dude. Vawaintine says, I'm sorry, X, but this take is extremely ableist. Oh, able. Now that I say it out loud, it makes sense. Well, yeah, okay. Some people are physically unable to. I get that. I'm not having a go at anyone who's, you know, disabled in any way. That's not even an excuse. That's a completely understandable reason. I guess what I'm getting at is like, I mean, you're like, for an average normal person, you're very capable of like walking for a certain amount of time. And I guess what I'm getting at is that people don't often make that choice to take those walks, right? To take the long way to get somewhere and not use a car. You tend to take the path of least resistance. I'm not trying to make a blanket statement about... oh dear. I'm not trying to make a blanket statement about all people anyway. I'm just going to, you know, I'm saying from my perception. And my perception could be entirely wrong. It's not an accurate way of assessing the situation, is it? You know, you need to do research, interview people, find out what they say, etc. But, like, that's just my take on it, is that you can actually do this. You can walk across town. I mean, when I was younger and I used to hang out with all of my mates on like a regular basis, it was one of those things. There was like one or two of us that would walk, but like there were other people that didn't want to. If anything ever involved going on a walk, it was like they're not going to bother. Whereas a couple of us were like good with walking places. So I guess maybe it kind of extends from that. Like I was always up for like, oh, we got to go over here. Fine, let's walk. Because like one of us had a car, but most of us didn't. That kind of thing. Oh, we got MPA Dutch here with another donation. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate it. I meant that I also learn hands-on and that I can teach that way as well. I appreciate it, dude. I just say don't worry about it, man. Like I'll figure out my own way through playing these mods, dudes. I appreciate your gesture though. I've just, you know, I've had people teach me mods before and I felt like I just wasted their time. You know, I had some friends like sit down and like try and give me a lesson, and it was just like, when people explain stuff to me a lot of the time, I feel like my brain just very quickly falls behind and doesn't understand. I have to contextualize words and explanations like by doing something. So if I get an explanation from someone, it's quite likely that it won't make any sense, even if it's like a pretty simple concept to explain. I have to do the thing and see it in action, and then I'm like, oh. And then if I ask a question of like, hey, does that mean this thing does that if I do this thing? And it's like, yeah, I just told you that. And it's like, I know you told me that, but it's not until I think about how I would do that or would use it that all of a sudden it comes to mind. That's one of the things about you learning mods as well, is that unless I have a use for something, it's really difficult for me to, like, you know, it's like 1 + 1 = 2, okay? I don't really understand that until I need to know what this thing and that thing when I put them together is, okay? Obviously I'm like deliberately oversimplifying, but that's just my learning experience over and over and over again. It's like I have to, you can explain it to me as many times as you like. It's not until I'm grappling with it in my own way that then I'm able to be like, hey, oh, this thing, and start to be inquisitive, and then like my brain puts the pieces together. If someone's explaining all of that, it just doesn't mean anything until I have like a need to understand or to figure out. And you know, I've tried patiently learning in different ways, and it just never seems to work. Volta Valen says, with some cheers and biddies here, I noticed your stream is playing Frank Kopacki's music. Did you by chance play Doom 2000? Curiously speaking. So I love all the Westwood stuff, right? But I've only played a handful of it from back in the day. There was games like Nox that looked really interesting that I never played. June 2000 is one of those ones that I haven't played. I just get the feeling like it's probably a bit too old and clunky for me to get into. And I think he did the soundtrack for that as well, and I might have it. I might have that soundtrack, but I never really invested in it much. Or invested time in it. But yeah, also there's a Dune movie coming out later this year. But I've heard nothing but bad things about it as it goes. Peeps are saying RIP Redstone. Yeah, it fell right in that lava, didn't it? Get yourself a shock collar. You'll be shocked at the results, says Lols the Meat. Good one. Miola says, how many pull-ups can you do? Depending on chin-ups or pull-ups, I'm only doing one of them at the moment because the rotation of my arm, like, aggravates it if I do it in one direction but not the other. Right, so now we've got coal for the coal room. And now we also have some ores for the ore room. TBNR. Face palming for that joke. It's a little too obvious, isn't it? Like, it's a good one, but it's obvious. Creator Ann says, thank you so much for recommending Medito app for meditation. It's been very helpful. Glad to hear it, dude. I've actually, I've decided to switch back to using Waking Up. I don't know, like, I feel like I haven't really been getting anywhere too much with the meditation lately, so I'd change it up and listen to a different voice again. Right, yeah, let's not actually get flung onto that myself. Also, why don't we do some of this over in the new spot? Actually, no, because it needs to convert it all. So that crushing wheel is for other stuff, basically. Right, now we can start to use this whole space to work on the next project. Which is just going to be like another long-winded thing again, right? That took us a long time to get all of that set up to do this next project, but hey, we got it out of the way. So we decided that we need a couple of these, which means we need those. And then we discovered we already had the materials. Or did we make those in that room? I can't remember. I'll tell you what we're probably going to end up needing. A lot more brass. So what's the... I can't click on it, can I? I have to go into something that uses it. So it's the mixer. You put in zinc and copper. So... Oh, we're kind of low on copper. Oh, do you know what? When we go branch mining, the copper might not be down there at that level. Should we go branch mining again and get some copper? I kind of enjoyed just waffling and branch mining for a minute there. That was kind of chill, you know? So let's get some more picks. Go for the copper. We need a diamond pick. Yes, says the Grim Bellbeer. I may have added some enthusiasm to your text. What's that? A pickerang? That sounds cool. Okay, what enchantment can we get? We got over 30 levels of XP, I believe. 33. Dang. Dang, y'all. Well, efficiency 1 it is. Chuck the brass hand in there. We'll go set up the zinc thing and then go get some copper. Oh yeah, so what level? Anyone in chat know what level it's at? Copper is above Y40, says Winnie. Cool. We are at Y42. So maybe I'll go a little bit higher and then just go in a direction. See, now I'm a little bit terrified that we're going to run out of stuff here. So... Oh, wait. Take it back. I've got to do it like that. Oh, no, take it back. Ah, I tried, peeps. I really did. Okay, that should sort of semi-evenly distribute it. Dang, man, we did a thing. Look, it's making the brass and it'll go all the way back to the base. Oh, we are so lucky. I think what I'll do is I'll come over to the tree farm bit. I don't know why. I guess I know I'm going to be making this room bigger. Like, a lot bigger. Actually, maybe this wasn't a good spot. I really don't... Oh, God, there's lava. Okay. I really haven't got a good idea of where to go. Still can't get up. Oh, silver. Oh, now there's silverfish. No. You're making a fool of me. I had something simple to do. It was simple, I tell you. Yes, I'm going to come up here to this level and then go across around here. I'm also going to reduce the amount of blocks for this one. Okay, let's start from about here. I think I'm going to reduce the height. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, I didn't bring torches. Oh. Goodness me. The simplest of tasks, X. How do you make them so complicated? Okay. There's a way to Cuddles' base, apparently. Let's grab the torches if we even have any. Do we have any sticks? 53. Here we go, torches. I need to get back up to that spot, though. I don't have a building wand on me. Me not know why me got building block. Building wand. Go! Words. Sentences. Oh, bane of my existence they are. Those sentences, I tell ya. They're trying to make me look stupid. Frank B says, cool, my sister got her first vaccine today, just had to drive for 45 minutes both ways. That is a bit of a drive right there. For me, it's going to be quite local, just like a 5-minute drive, not even that, I think. And I'm looking forward to it. But yes, it's also on a day that I stream. So if I don't stream, like on one of the days, then you know why. It's because on Monday, it's because you know I'm under the weather. If I'm going to be under the weather, I don't know. I don't know how my body's going to react. Right? I like to think I've got a strong immune system and all that, but you never know. Immunology, I think that's how you say it, is complicated stuff. Should be using some of this as well, really. Stone picks. Come on, come on. Dialgax says you guys are getting vaccines, lol. I think we got someone who disagrees in chat. Remember, peeps, always be respectful of other people's beliefs. I mean, what can I say? I've been big in the edutainment space on YouTube for many years, and I've become very unskeptical of science, especially looking at all the things that it's brought us, you know. I don't think you should cherry pick science. I don't think it should be like, oh, I'm cool with GPS and smartphones and video streaming, but when you lot do that stuff with the immunology, oh, I don't want any of that. I think you shouldn't really like pick and choose it. Here we go. Let's do that and then break a couple of these. Not getting a lot of copper, really, are we? And we are making destructive little tunnels that just, you know, waltz through the world. Fundamental says, well, beliefs can be very dangerous when you hurt others with it. Of course they can. Of course they can. But I think if you go in, you know, thinking you've got the authority on someone else's beliefs, or you know what's right and wrong, like, it's all good until someone else is the arbitrator of that and you're on the other side of the fence. I think, you know, dialogue, discussion, education, trying to learn from one another, like, start there, in my opinion. I read today in the newspaper that the second Pfizer shot causes generally a bigger reaction than the first one, says Carls of Doom. Yeah, so I keep hearing it anecdotally, like, over and over, and it's the sort of thing where, well, people are going to comment about it, but I keep hearing anecdotally that the second shots have second side effects, but then, yeah, I've also heard that now some of the research on that is coming out and saying it's one of the particular types of jabs that cause that, right? The stronger side effects, effectively. Pelkey says, second Pfizer here, I was fine. I heard second Moderna was awful. Yeah, it's all anecdotal, you got to remember. Like when you hear, even if you hear it 10 times in a row from 10 people you know, you need like proper research done in order to take out bias, you know. Like there's a bias towards reporting it as well. Some had no side effect like me, says Aviera Levy. You know, I'm sort of obviously hoping not to get side effects, but the thing about side effects is that it shows that the vaccine's doing its job. I mean, I don't think that therefore means that no side effects means it's not, but hey, I just want to be safe, you know, like we all do. Okay, let's go back here a little bit and then just turn direction for a moment. Oh! Oh, hello! Hello, neighbour. Oh, did my pick break? Well, I'm under your base, Garth. Oh, I hear spiders. What's going on here? Dang, look, we're all the way over at the, Brain, don't be slow. Brain, don't be slow. No. The lock. Is it a lock on a canal? I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. My brain's getting old and slow. It's looking pretty awesome over here, Garth. You can thank me later for that. Wait a minute, I've got a grass block here. Damn. Wait, were we? Oh no, that's not where we were. We were down here. And we had some iron to grab. I tell you what, this pick's gonna break. Like any moment now. Like then, literally then, it broke. X needs food, says Raging Cat. You just made me feel hungry. I've finished eating for the day. Tomorrow I'm gonna order a big English breakfast for breakfast. I was like, dang, I need to eat like a big meal. Because the place that I order from opens at 8, and I was like, dang, I can get breakfast. Well, we're not finding a lot of that copper, but we did get a stack in a bit, so that's going to help. What we got down here? Some coal. And then nothing. Although this big sheet of marble. Ooh, what's going on in here? Y'all got some copper? I don't think they do. Order breakfast. You have places that deliver good breakfast. Would love something like that for Finland too, says Curls of Doom. Do you have Just Eat over there? Like that's the app. I mean, obviously it therefore then depends on what's in the area, but could just be lucky that where I live they've got a local. Yeah, it's just the local shops basically, right? There's a restaurant there that opens at 8, closes at 10, and they just serve food all day, and I can get it delivered because of Just Eat and all that. And the other thing is, if you want someone to cook breakfast for you, you could go there, you know. Go to the place itself. Right, let's go get this copper sorted out, you know. Oh, dang, we actually got quite a bit. I didn't realise we had yet another stack there. Okay. Right, we should see that we have more brass in the system. Yeah, look, some has obviously flown back in. Okay, that's good. Now we've got to make stuff with it. So, deployers. We need 2 of these. I think. At least for the design I had in mind, right? 2 deployers. I think you need 2 of those to work together. Always with the planks. I think having the multiple types of wood in here doesn't really help. Okay, up you go. Yep, want 2 of those. Oh, now we need a funnel. Which we'll probably end up needing again. So yeah, deployers, portable storage. Let's see, we've got the chassis. We need to search some of this stuff as well. That's a linear one. The saw, we wanted 2 of those. And what else are we going to need? I think we need that. Where is it? That thing. There it is. Probably going to need a lot of those. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a lot of those. Looks like we need more andesite. Give me that andesite, yo. We got Bella T here for 32 months. Thank you, Bella T. Appreciate your support as always. Hope you're enjoying the situation. The life. What is the situation? Funny when you say the wrong word. Like, where'd that come from? What's going on there? I don't need, like, sometimes it makes sense. Like if I said, hope you're enjoying the storage and glue, because I'm looking at a message in chat that says storage and glue, right? Yeah, then it makes sense. But the situation, I don't know. Frizen, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription, dude. Appreciate it. Bertona says, do you think that children need to be vaccinated? I don't know that they need to be. Like the goal is to reach a herd immunity that enough people are vaccinated that it shields everyone else. But it's like, it's a big and complicated thing because it's a global pandemic and there's so many vectors to consider. You know, the fact that this is a global situation and there's all these different countries. I think you've got to have like a data-driven response to things. Like, children are last on the list to get vaccinated, and it kind of looks like they might not need it, but you know, based on something I heard, right? I'm not an expert, but like a lot of work has to be done to figure these things out, and it's a big and complicated thing, really big and complicated. Let's go in here. So do we need that? I think we might need that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we need that. So we need that thing, which I thought I bookmarked over here. Let's go at create again, because I think that's it, but maybe not. Might be a mechanical bearing actually. Probably not a windmill bearing. We should power this thing with windmill, by the way. About time we did that. Let's see if there's something here. Oh, there it is. That's different, isn't it? That's the thing that we need. So it's probably not any of those. So that's going to go back and forth with a linear chassis attached with a chest thing to do the portable storage. We'll have these on either side. And that's about all I know right now. Then everything else is, you know, subject to change. We'll be running back and forth like a headless chicken trying to figure stuff out. It needs shafts attached to it and some sort of generation. Oh, we're actually out of those. Wow. Get another stack. And then we need to make a windmill, I guess. You can also do it with the cart assembler. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the cart assembler for now. Chronic Sonic, you want a vaccine, but you're scared. You had a tetanus shot and went into temporary shock. I think it'd be quite understandable to be scared. Definitely tell the people who administer you with it in advance that happened. If you choose to go ahead and get it. I mean, that's something, when I signed up, they asked you about if you had any other shots, any reactions to it, and it was all like, nope, for me. So yeah, right, we need to make this thing happen. Oh, it's that way around. I kind of like the vertical design better. Which, okay, that's that one. So we need the linear chassis again. Every time I see it built, though, I've seen it done differently. There's something in create. Just like a trapdoor type shape. Is that it? No, turntable. What does that do? refined motion sickness. Jeez, I mean, sounds a bit over the top. That's the one. White sail. Ah. So we ponder this. Yeah, so that's the way you got to do it. That looks so much easier, right? Now you're going to tell me this needs paper or something. It's something I don't have. So yeah, let's do 4. Lots of that. Ah, I tell you what I probably don't have. A lot of wool. Where can I get a bunch of wool quick from? Dang it, I don't know where I can get wool from. I don't really want to be building a farm to build a farm right now. I didn't set up my vanilla infrastructure very well, did I? How's this thing over here doing? It's been running a while. I imagine it burned up all that coal. Nope. I'll take that. We'll keep it for efficiency. In fact, you can have it back. We'll do another one of these. Oh wait, it's zinc, isn't it? Ah, never mind. Never mind. Well, that will go all the way back to storage. Oh, apparently I don't need wool. What? I don't need wool? Cyan wool? The sails work without any wool. Right, but does that then mean that they're less efficient or something? Okay, I can use it as is, people are telling me. Right, I think what I'm going to do is put the power source in its own room, essentially. So we'll have it in this space here, which is actually going to be, like, a fair bit different. Let's go... Oh! Oh! Dang it! I'm thinking... That could have been derp of the century. I'm literally thinking, there's that water wheel back there, so better be careful. And then I'm like, nope, cancel, nope, click again. Ah, I've got no one left to blame at this point, have I? I've got no one left to blame but myself for being a goose. I think I want it like 1 block higher than that. And then somewhere, we're still quite a ways from it. Eventually there's the water wheel. Okay, let's get rid of that wall. You see how we roll here. Now, I'm also going to go up here. Uh-huh. There you go. You see the tunnel that we made a minute ago. Dang. Yeah, there'll be plenty of room for a sail in here. I'm not going to really worry about where the entrance to this thing starts. So I'm just going to put this thing down and get going. So, yeah, we don't even have like a basic block to attach to it. Memory of a goldfish, as they see. Why is everyone saying derp? Oh, wait, because I did derp, right? Yeah, there was that. But what's this memory of a goldfish thing? Jeez. What are we doing? Who am I? What's it? Twitch? What's that? What's Twitch? Why is there a noise in my ear? Batty-Nana1, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. Don Serrett says, get your derp vestment portfolio ready. This one's going at the very top. Okay, so I came back here to grab like some blocks. Let's just use that for now. So this thing is gonna, if I use the right thing, windmill bearing. Okay, at some point we have to like connect something to it, and I don't even know what that is. No, aren't I supposed to put the linear chassis on? Where's the thing that told me what to do? Where are you? There you are. Right, so let's go to the next one. So the cog is probably underneath it. Okay. So we've got to extract power from below. And then... Can I also do that? That's the one I remember. Now, it didn't show me using any glue, but that's the way we're going to do it. Oh, now it says use the glue. Got it. Okay then, so, cog, bearing, block, okay, glue, 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 and more glue. Sail, no, wrong, wrong. No, oh, you are wasting my glue, aren't you? The glue comes back. How do I do that then? Oh, excuse me. Let's, Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's better, isn't it? Ah, noise in my ear! It's MPA Dutch here. Here, a grim joke. What do you call a dog without legs? You don't give it a name. It won't come if you call it. That is pretty grim. By the way, I got a lot of tax money back. Cool, awesome. Got a rebate, that's good. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for another donation. As you know here, I appreciate the dark humour. And that one, you know, made me chuckle. I'm not sure everyone in chat would agree, but you know. Why is it not spinning yet? Peeps in chat are saying it didn't need glue, but it said you had to use glue, so I did. Right, click it with an empty hand. Thank you, peeps. I could have been here all night and day trying to suss that one out. Right, you can see there's room to expand it. For now, actually I might as well just go a little bit higher, right? Take me higher. That's my desire. Kind of sounds like a song, right? But I just made it up, so, you know. Take me higher if you want to. Ugh. Bunch of pilots. With your planes going up in the air. Ah! Beautiful. It makes no sense. It's also very slow. I've literally made a mild breeze, haven't I? I've literally made a mild breeze. Will you help Iskal finishing his tree, says HF147. I'd love to. I don't think Iskal is gonna, though. Talked about doing Hermits helping Hermits, but I don't think he's interested. Okay. Hello? It's the Paxel again. Yeah, that's... I don't know if this comes with... Ooh. That's higher than I thought I was going to see. So maybe it moves slow, but it has a lot of stress resistance or whatever. Okay, we might make that taller in the future, and that'll be like that. We'll go into this room and worship the thing that spins. Oh, I really like the idea of like using some nice special blocks and making a special room. Okay. I've got something in my head. I'm just going to roll with it quickly. I feel like it needs a light source that's special as well. Lots of special going on here. Let's get that thing out of my inventory. That scares me sometimes. Uh, 9x9 the sail, space efficient. When you say 9x9, do you mean you can extend it out further to the sides? Because if that's true, then I might... Okay, I need to get a stone cutter over here. Probably going to end up needing a chest as well. Okay, that's what people are saying. Okay, we'll double up on it for now then. Let's get a chest. Let's get some oakage. Let's get some okie dokage, you know. Don't know how many we need for another stack, but not a lot probably. There you go. Did we put the stone cutter in there? We didn't. There it is. Ooh, what can we do here? I like the idea of using some of those. I'm going to take the marble pillars. And some of these blocks. It's probably going to end up looking a bit janky now that I think about it, but whatever. So if I want to turn this thing off, like again... Ah! Probably need an empty hand. I just dupe it. I think, look, it just duped him. Weird. Okay, cool. So now... Uh-huh, thank you very much. Does this thing, like, have, like, amazing reach? I can see more than I can click, that's for sure. Cool, let's pillar up. Hey X, would you ever consider playing Minecraft Dungeons if you haven't, says Mash Chopper. Mash Chopper! Mash Chopper, you can go to the second channel and watch me play Minecraft Dungeons, because I played it a bunch, and I've got videos over there on the game. You should craft an extendo grip. One thing at a time, I don't even know what an extendo grip is. Ah, you can see here, if I do build a room around this thing, I'm going to need a little bit more space. So I like the idea of having some pillars around this thing, I don't know why. It's just kind of what came to it. I now think that maybe it should be moved over. Maybe I won't go for something so extravagant here, otherwise I'm going to take forever, right? Sort of had something kind of fancy pop into my mind, but... I mean... What's up with that? That's okay. Maybe this is like a glitched out stack. It looks like that might be the case. Yeah, so because that's right there, it means this is going to end up being relatively flat unless I let it put it one further forward and let it go right up the side of it. Which might end up looking a little bit cramped, you know? I'm going to die just from building this thing at this rate. I'll do something. I'll do something. I don't know what it's going to be. I also have no food. Right, that's doubled, right? I'll take some apples. So I did have a bit of an idea pop into my head, a bit of a flash of an idea, but I'm not so sure about it now. Maybe it could be a pillar there as well, so... This probably ain't going to look very good. Put a couple here. So that's very well illuminated. This is not like, I don't think this is going to be like one iteration and we're done. I think this is going to take several iterations to make this look right. But just as a quick concept, I had something with a bunch of pillars kind of like pop into mind, but actually it kind of looks alright. Definitely going to have to do more of it as the room gets taller. Yeah, if I'd have moved that like 2 or 3 blocks in that direction, it maybe could have been a bit bigger and open and more elaborate, essentially. Anyway, this is not going to be a big room project. This is going to be a straight to the result type room, right? Also, the floor itself could actually all be 1 block higher. I kind of like the idea of hiding the cog. Although maybe what we'll do is we'll put the cog lower down. Maybe it's not even a cog. We'll have like a shaft here. And it will just transfer the power out of sight underground. Because, you know, we're going to want to have a floor around here. Yeah, I think that's right. There you go. Then we can put a floor down at that level. What material would I use for that? I think maybe the green one. Yeah, I am getting a bit off track here though, right? What haven't we used for a floor material yet? I think I might just go with a whole bunch of that. So then we'll have some sort of like gearbox here. Cool, that's when I place those blocks, the game kind of shakes a bit, doesn't it? Those two go together really nice. Man, if I had more time to do shapes and stuff with these rooms, like, you can do some cool stuff with these textures. Jedi Sim says, man, that music. I love this bit of the music. Always reminds me of GoldenEye 007. Let's drink some more water, by the way. Raging Cat says, what do computers and air conditioners have in common? They both become useless when you open Windows. I appreciate the joke, but, like, Windows is pretty useful. I mean, I'm bringing to you this stream from Windows right now. Thank you, Bill Gates. Thank you. Please put the chip in my arm. Right, let's get to work on this thing. I mean, this is just going to go through so many iterations, right? Like, there's so much learning to do. I don't even know what I'm building, basically. But I guess something like this to go up and down. It's going to have that on top of it. So the height immediately strikes me as probably being wrong. Can I can do that and then... No, it's not compatible that way. So the height, if the thing's going to be there, it would be lower. I think I would like to walk into this room and see the dirt at the same level. So we'll roll with that. We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna take our time. Oh, that didn't work. I think I've got to treat it like a shaft. Yeah, there you go. Cool, put the thing on top of it. Then we get our chassis, which doesn't require glue, by the way. Oh yeah, this thing's only going to be... I do not know what that thing there means. This thing's only going to be 2 blocks wide. Ah, which immediately makes me go, oh no, 3 wide corridor, 2 wide contraption, X, I can't watch the video anymore. My OCD's playing up. Oh, you and your OCD. I tell you, one of these days. One of these days, chap. I think I might need to glue those on, though. Poke, place, and attack. Yes, we'll do the poking and the placing, I believe. Actually, no, we're only going to do the placing, not the poking. Got there? No? Okay, here's where the rotation thing is just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just happily clicking until something hopefully works. Oh, finally. Okay. What does 8 mean? I don't know what 8 means. Okay. So this thing's going to go back and forth when we hook it up to some power, right? Which will come from over there. So there's going to be like a little shaft bringing power somewhere over here. I think it literally goes into the end of that. Which may or may not get moved. We didn't even pick up like a gearbox or anything. What am I playing at? Jeez, pay attention. Probably need a few more of those. Let's try and make a couple more. Cogs, they're the other things that we're going to need. And what about that brass thing as well? I got a feeling we might end up wanting one of those in the area, which means we'd need a big cog, and we only got a small one. Cool. Do you know what? There's a reason why this thing hasn't filled up yet. It just occurred to me. It's because I'm not always next to it activating. I kind of think in my mind that it's always running, but it's only when I walk into that area. Okay. One of the things I could have done is maybe made this even lower, so it aligns with this, but that's probably going a bit over the top. So that's clearly not turning yet. Okay, I think it just started turning. So, the most efficient way to do that is, unfortunately, I think, probably with a bunch of gearboxes. Maybe just 2. That not turning at that level? Oh, right. Okay, got it. Whoa! Things just started happening, peeps. Oh, and it stops. Cool, I believe the speed of this will speed that up. Oh! Gosh, that was so satisfying. Now, all it didn't pop those off, did it? No, it goes through those. Okay. I feel like I should have attached something to this. Let's, how do I get it back? Or how do I stop it? Like, what happens when I do that? I think it just settled where it was, which ended up destroying some of the saplings. Okay, that makes sense. So what I forgot to add here... Okay, was the thing off the side, because we're not going to have all of this down here, essentially. I need a shovel. Glue the chest onto it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I need food again, don't I? What have I got for food now? I've got apples. No, I haven't. I'm out. Ah! X is going to starve, peeps. Did I see potatoes in there? Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. You have a paxel to dig dirt. Quiet. Quiet in chat. Quiet down there. Smarty pants. Jeez. You and your brains. Oh. So none of that's going to be there. Okay, and what we're going to do... I'm not sure. I think what I want to do... Okay, let's do that quickly. Right, so I believe that what you need is a chest somewhere on the contraption. Okay. So therefore, I probably just put the chest over on this side. I think it needs to be glued. Actually, so we don't have any issues with stuff growing, I'm actually going to put it there. Then on this side, we're going to put that. Okay, then we need another chest now that I think about it. This chest will funnel items out, you know, after they've gone through the thing. So its starting position would be there. So I think we want it there at that height. This thing would connect with it. Okay, now I need to put a filter on this. Also, how do I know like what it's going to do? Is it going to poke? Is it going to place? Is that it? Just will it now place saplings that end up in here? I guess we're testing that now. I guess we're testing everything. Let's go ahead and use this for a moment though. So, because I'm impatient. How's this thing work again? Oh, that's it working. That's literally it working. Good. Get a couple of shafts. Now, it's reversed the direction, and there was a whole thing about controlling the direction, I've just realised. So this thing actually like has saplings in its hands. But it had nowhere to place them. Also, kind of don't want it placing them where it can't, so it would start there, because this is where it stops. So this contraption has to go... Let's have a look. Like, where it ends... 1, 2. I think it needs to go 2 ahead. to there. Ah. A lot of trial and error. This has been pretty fun putting this together. Like, this has been pretty smooth, all things considered. So I need to, like, reverse the direction, and there was a block for that. We've been through this already. Gear shift, says the card kid. Well, I hope you're right, because it should be that's down here. And I'm not sure entirely how we'll eventually control this, but it might be like we detect the block coming back, and when it comes here, we just shift the direction, essentially. Oh, I should have brought like a lever as well. Let's go get a lever. Air gap between interface storage. Thanks. Thanks. Wasn't sure if we needed any gap there or not. They're not connecting. Anyway. See, now it's not holding the sapling. That thing just hooked up for a second. I mean, maybe the wrench configures it, but I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, no! Very cool. Very cool. I should get that off my hotbar. Right, it's now stopping to chop logs, which you should do a little quicker than before, I think. It didn't chop down the whole tree, I'm noticing. I wonder why. Maybe they need to be, like, spaced out. Yeah, maybe it's like when you get the last one in the sort of structure. Then it goes. Hello! Oh, dang. Right, I don't think it actually put one there, though, did it? Let's see if it puts one on the way back. Let's also check out what's inside the chest. Right, so it picked up the saplings and stuff. So this thing needs to know when it arrives at the other end, perhaps. Okay, based on that, I'd say let's break these for now. Dang. We also don't have any trees grown, so this thing will just be going back and forth, and when one grows, hopefully it will get it. Ah, now would that make a problem when you come back, that a tree has grown? What happens when a tree's grown and you come back? Maybe that's why people always use the minecarts for this thing. You could use an observer or redstone contact to know when it gets to the other side. I could, then I've got to create like a flip-flop somewhere, right? Did that just do its thing? So, do I have to set this thing up to tell it what items? Oh, I guess I can't while it's running. Okay, let's flip it back. So it comes this way. Ah. Well, that's something that will, you know, most likely happen at some point. It's also, this thing isn't now, it's like it hasn't been updated. It doesn't realise it can keep going this way. You could attach the tree cutters onto a windmill and it will store and mine everything without costing any power. That's an interesting idea. Do saws work horizontally? Not sure what you mean by that. Use the minecart, it's way easier, says Drugrin. I wanted to avoid using the minecart because it just seemed too OP. Put drill above placer, maybe. Well, if I put it above, I mean, you'd put it below so it could chop the whole tree. If I put it above, it doesn't remove the block in front of it. Okay, clearly people have seen like some sort of circular farm. Let's focus on what we're doing here. Like, it's always easy just to do the easy thing. Like, there might be some interesting way to do this. Emily says, why don't you use minecarts? As I just said, I kind of want to try and do this a different way and make use of this. Like, I saw the minecart thing and just thought, that's too easy, because minecarts let everything kind of like float. You can face the placer downwards. So I would need, like, it in the middle and then the saws on either side. Okay, that can be done. That can totally be done. Let's go ahead and... Ooh. What does that mean? Oh. No! I've broken it. I don't know why it highlights it. Like, oh wait. Why did it highlight it like that? That was weird. Okay. Oh! So that's like place or pick up, I think. Ah! So that's how you change how that bit works. I think you get your paste back when you do this. Maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo this then, aren't I? So put that there. Oh no. Glue. Okay, that's attached. It might be that it wants more space. Ooh, okay. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, this is so confusing. Now, I'm not sure what mode it is actually in right now. I think that's the place mode. So you would have that, and then on this side, these. But we don't even know if that works with those facing down yet, so... What have I got to do here? Oh, look, they're immediately stopped. Okay, so you can't do that. Okay, try again. I hope we get that glue back. No, you don't get it back. Okay, so this time... So we need that, and then... This thing gets big quick, unfortunately. I kind of like the idea of it not being stupidly big, but... Stupidly big it currently is. Yeah, I guess maybe what I'll end up doing is having a look at the other ways of doing this thing, because... Oh, there it is. I would very much like to create something a little bit more elegant. Okay, so... Filters are here. Okay, I think that's... No, that's not place mode, is it? That is, but it needs to have the saplings in the inventory. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Okay. I've just had a bit of another idea as well. That, in theory, should work. Let's give it a shot. Okay, stop moving. Why did it stop immediately? Okay, now it's going. Right, and it had saplings in, but it's not placing any, unless they all came out somehow. Did they end up over here? Nope. So it's not placing saplings. Right, now it's got to come all the way back. You didn't filter the saps. Did I not? I could have swore I put the sapling filter on it. We'll double check. I could have swore I did that. But this shows this works. I'm wondering if there's like a Gantry Transfer. Like, is there a way to... Because what if this thing went round, like, in a loop? Okay, I think it's going to be very unlikely, but... Then maybe you could do something where you bring it back underneath. Yes, so... It'd probably get too complicated for me, but if we had a gantry attached to the gantry, it could go in one direction, then come back underneath, so it goes around in a loop like that. Okay, let's check out if we got the filter correct or not. I'm starting to lean in the direction of... look, they've literally got saplings in their hands. And there's saplings in the chest. So maybe it just means it doesn't work that way, which is fine. Let's go back to that. I wonder how complicated that actually is. So... have a gantry on a gantry. So we'd need 2 lots of these. Yeah, So imagine that that's actually facing to the side, and then it gets to the end. And then, like, there'll be so much redstone to do for that as well. The deployers need a single space in between, says Ejector, because they need to be, like, 1 block higher again, don't they? Yeah, I think this looks kind of ugly, but... probably better to just start with that, get this working, and then maybe the next one we build can be a bit more advanced. Let's bring it all the way back and try that. Pig Puncher says, oh wow, everything in this mod seems so straightforward in use, and then you see 2 gantries working like that and my mind suddenly filled up with possibilities. Yeah, it's one of the reasons that I'm not so keen on stuff like the minecart behaviour, because, like, it can do stuff that this mod... I'm guessing, because I haven't played a lot of this mod, right, but it feels to me like it does stuff... Why did they just, like, fly out of my... Oh, okay, someone's in the area. It feels to me like they do stuff that the mod, or sorry, the player could do more complicatedly with the other parts of the mod. Not sure why that one placed that way around, but there it is. Okay, so everything else is still stuck. There, that's good. That's kind of it. So those connected, and then it's going to move on. Milo WG, thank you for the cheers and the bits, saying a sequential gear shift will allow you to control the movement back and forth on a timer. You can program it. Oh, dang. Program it. I did not know that. Thank you for the cheers and bits, dude. Appreciate you helping out. Because I think I've pondered this, and it's like... not that obvious. We'll check it out if we can program it. Oh, it said on receiving a signal it would start something. Yeah, we'll have to investigate that. Okay, that's on the list. Thanks again. Appreciate it. Did this thing... yeah, look, it planted them. I wasn't paying attention, but it did. So that will be our contraption, our first one. Then we'll try and do something more complicated with this later on. It's a bit ugly. I would have liked it if it was smaller, but it will go back and forth. probably going to make it a lot longer so that there can be more tree bits around here, I guess you would say. In fact, I might also move the whole thing back that way in general so we can have the entrance and this stuff lined out. Yeah, there's going to be some stuff getting moved here. Now, when it comes back... Okay, that wasn't aligned, which was kind of weird. But I don't think it's taking stuff because the chest is on this side, right? Is that correct? Does it need to be attached directly to the chest? Because we looked at the ponder thing and it kind of looked like it didn't. Let's go make that gear shaft thing. I need a clock to tell me the time. Okay, so we're going to remove this. Put that one in place. Rotate it. Possibly. Okay, now this thing's supposed to be programmable. There you go. Oh my word. Okay. Turn 90 degrees. That doesn't sound like what we're after at all. I guess, does that thing rotate? Oh my goodness me. What on earth is this going to do now? It's turning that thing 90 degrees. All the options here, like, how do I get more things up? Ah. I mean, I don't know. That's just a delay between other instructions. Oh, what if we change that to, like, minus? Oh, God, that's a lot of scrolling. Actually, no, that's not... All it was doing was, like, like, turning it a little bit. Actually, I really don't understand that at all. At least I'm not seeing an instruction that relates to what I'm trying to do. Oh, then there's that as well. Input speed reversed. It's not making it move, though. What if we reverse that? Input speed forwards. Let's try that one. See, now it's spinning the other direction to what it was a moment ago. But neither of these is moving it along. It's stuck because of the unloader, some people are saying. Yeah, there did seem to be something funky going on with that. Let's take it back for a minute then. Oh, no. I mean, it's like, it's literally turning in two different directions, yet nothing happens. Stephen Guy 1, thank you for the prime, my dude. Appreciate it. Peeps are saying there's a tree in the way. Well, it chops down trees. Oh. Oh, this whole time, there's just that sitting there, getting in the way of our experiments. Now it goes, right. And notice how it's still going, because it had a timer thing for 5 meters, and then it stops. So maybe you send a pulse. Maybe if you pulse this thing when it comes here, you pulse it. Maybe we can add a block here that sends a redstone signal. So when it arrives at one end, it gets a pulse, and it instructs it to go all the way to the other. Gets a pulse all the way back. I think that might be it. Also, we can probably do this distance thing based on the amount of these. Right. Right. You can add more steps of delay. Oh, I could just have it at one end and send it all the way down and all the way back. Wow, okay. So there's something in Create that creates a redstone signal. Is that it? That looks like it. Oh, but you need two of them. Hmm. Huh. That might not quite work with our... Yeah, that might not quite work with what we're doing here. Like, there was a convenient little bit of space that I don't think it lines up with. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17. So it's about 17 blocks, right? So let's say we program that in for 17. This interface is really quite nice as well. And that's the opposite direction. So that just says go all the way to the end and then come back again. Okay, now I was thinking of... Oh, no, this fits in perfectly. So if I do that, and... Is that the right way around? Yeah, it is. Okay. So I need some paste. I think I need to get it from underneath. Oh, is that the right way around? No. There it is. Interesting. But now how do we get it into, like, the starting state? So that's going to go... Okay, that's going to go 17 blocks down there and then come back. Now, wouldn't it be cool if we could speed this up? Okay, something stopped it. It didn't reach the end. Maybe I messed with it too much. So now it's going to probably spin for about 17 blocks worth. Nitro Bean is here for 4 months. Thank you for the amazing content over the years. Been a huge help for me to keep going in life. Thanks. Glad to hear that, my dude. Thank you for the lovely message, and thank you for 4 months of support. Ah, not again, not again, not again. We're testing. Right, that's kind of a big problem for our contraption. Because it doesn't matter where it grows, the height is an issue. Ah, well, we were learning so much. Maybe we'll build something where, like... Ooh, I've just had an idea. We could... maybe have, like, 2? I'm going to have to think about this. 2 sets of these things. One that places them and one that doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. I just want to see this work, right? Move the sawmills forward, says Darlagak. Yeah, could do that. It's just making it more bigger and uglier. So I kind of like want to think through, are there other ways of doing this? Right, so that has created a signal, but the signal needs to then turn off. No? Why did that not work then? It needs a pulse, and it got one, effectively, right? Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking it'll just power the block, but that might not be what it does. So, this will actually be pretty easy to fix. If I'd have just thought of this a second ago. Let's go grab that and that. So I've kind of assumed that it powers the block. No, not there. I would have assumed that... Okay, so maybe it doesn't get powered by a block. Okay, therefore... It's not going to be pretty, this next bit, sadly. Right, I should have just picked up a bunch of redstone. And I didn't. But we've got to learn, right? We've got to learn about all these blocks and how they work. It's like learning redstone all over again, which is fun. Very fun. Even if it seems a bit tedious at times. So the fact that now it's on top of that block might be a bigger problem than I like. Because if I go and point it into that block. Yeah, okay, so it's not gonna do it based on. That being said, it's turned on. So like, actually no, it is powering it, isn't it? Because the block's turned on. So maybe that wasn't the issue. Oh dear, okay. So like, let's break that. Because I'm thinking it needs the redstone pointing into it. Let's put the redstone into the block. And then let's make a power source. Huh. Okay, so having it directly seems to cause an issue. Some of you are saying I need a delay. Okay, well, we understand how that works, and I think what we've got to do now is maybe just think the concept through a few times more. I'm also wondering if a deployer can place a sapling on the block by clicking under it, but that's probably not, because that's not how it works in vanilla. Also, I just noticed that thing was on when it was moving, and it should only be on when it makes contact. So, let's, oh yeah. Let's just place that down again. Oh! Huh. Maybe it just bugs out. Maybe it's like a bug power thing or something. It actually appears to be on right now. Is it a block update issue? Or maybe it's on until it's off. So maybe when it comes back, it gives it a signal before it knows it's finished. I wonder if we can fix that using this. Like, what if we added something here that was like timed delay of just, you know, 2 ticks, or make it 10, because ticks aren't very long. Half a second, right? And then maybe it turns off, then maybe it realizes that it's powered again, because, yeah, because of that. Let's see how it behaves now. Probably not going to fix it. Definitely a very interesting mod, though. This has given me some things to think about. I do very much like that windmill idea. If I can't think of like a good way to do this, although I think I can. If we can get 2 of these to work together, I'm pretty sure we can do the it goes across and then it comes back underneath idea. So I don't think we'll give up on this, that's for sure. Also, I'm going to probably end up moving it further in that direction because we're going to want some room for maneuvering here with a layout and whatnot. Do you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to throw away 2 torches. Actually, that's blasphemous. We're going to put them on the ground. Okay. Can't throw away items. I think that will be our thumbnail today. Pretty good. And my friends, guess what? I'm wrapping up the stream right there. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again tomorrow. I'll actually be starting tomorrow just before this time. Like 7 o'clock is the hour. So come round this time tomorrow, 24 hours, and I'll be streaming again, my friends. And let's go do a riggedy raid. Let's look for a Minecraft channel today with not a lot of viewers. Yeah, massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support. And I was going to say thank you for all the gifted subs. Did we have any gifted subs today? I think we might have gone a whole stream without one, which is not happening in a long time. Crazy. Okay, I'm just trying to find a channel here. Oh, that guy. We've raided this guy a couple of times. Oh, there we go. It's on my list. Huh. Right. That's it. I'm off. See you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.